Hey, I'm Coach James Nervis, and I got next.
You next up and you ain't been on SportsLifeTalk. Like, what are you doing? Hey, you better hit him up. Look, you breaking next, you up next. 𝐤𝐨𝐬 go hard. Rise and star on the big scene, make them know who you are. You don't break the sweat, don't set up for less. They put you through that test, your resume that flex. Who got next? Who got next? SLT, heard to say go. Who got next? Who got next? Look at my dreams and all your goals. Who got next? Who got next? You can ask B. Jones or head coach. Who got next? Who got next? You next up, so here's my vote.
Who got next? Ready, set, go! Sports Life Talk Nation, welcome back to another fire episode of Sports Life Talks. You got next, a platform that gives exposure to the voices of tomorrow, real people, real stories, and real conversations with amazing human beings who are living out their big dreams. And today, ladies and gentlemen, that Houston-Dallas connection, buckle up, we're going to take you down 45. We're going to keep it live. We got one of the dopest up-and-coming coaches in the area. My guy, Coach James Nervis. You ain't got to be nervous. We got him here in the building. How you doing today, Coach?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, brothers, man? It's good to see y'all, man. Let me tell you something. This platform y'all provide is huge, bro. Trust me. Hey, look, just when you blow up, man, I just want a ticket to just see you do your thing. I just want to be in the field.
You already
got to put me in the front. You put me way up there. You ain't got to put me in the front. I just want to be in the building, man, so I can say I knew him win, brother.
Coach, I'm gonna tell you this. We talked 20 minutes before the show started. They missed some gold. They already missed some nuggets. Hopefully we able to transpose some of that to the next 30 minutes. But man, Coach, you super dope. We so happy to have you on the show today. If this is your first time rocking with SLT Sports Life Talk, I am your host, the mouth of the South, B. Jones, Mr. Yeet himself. I'm rocking alongside of my head coach, the architect, the guru, KT. Kev, how you feeling today, man?
Man, B. Jones, like you said, talking for that like 20 minutes, man, this is going to be gold. But to answer your question, man, I feel great. Let's get into it. I'm hungry, though, but I don't know why I'm hungry for some reason.
That's my fault.
Shout out to Timmy Chan's hashtag. After y'all watch this show, all of my Houston folks, y'all show us some love. Y'all hashtag Timmy Chan's in this thing so we can get connected with them, because we coming down there to Houston and we gonna connect with all y'all. I promise y'all. Sports Life Talk Nation, we're gonna hit the road pretty soon. But listen, before we get this thing cracking, we gotta ask a small favor of you, H-Town, and all my folks down the street in Denton. We need some love. We need to keep this mission of telling these amazing stories going, right? And the only way we can do it is through your assistance. It's free 99, won't cost you a penny. We're on the count of 3 in Sports Life Talk tradition. We need y'all to smash that subscribe button. Coach Nervis, can you? Are they tapping in with us? Can they lock in with us?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, smash that button. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep this energy going with Sports Life Talk. These brothers are doing some amazing things. I'm talking about just showcasing coaches in the area who doing big things. It's just, I'm telling you, hey, smash it right now.
I couldn't have did it better myself. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Boom! Hey, welcome to the Sports Life Talk family. Kevin and I, we don't do fans. We don't do followers. You are now officially a family member, and we appreciate you so much. Remember, we got over 185 shows doing this. We've been doing this for a minute. Me and KT to put the work in so that you can have all access content, some amazing stories like the one we're about to give you here today. Now, Coach, they family. You got to cross the burning sands. You in the hot seat, Coach. You in the head coach hot seat. You ready for Sports Life Talk initiation?
I'm ready. Let's go, man.
All right, KT, let's go to work.
All right, to initiate you into the SLT family, you got to give us your top 5 music artists.
So I got to start out with Mike, number 1. Fred Hammond, though, man, my second artist. Now I can get into a little bit more what I grew up on in college and high school. The hip hop era, Tupac Amaru Shakur, man, as his mother named him. And man, listen, What can you not say about Tupac? I don't know that if there's been an artist on, maybe with the exception of gospel, that could talk about 6 or 7 different topics in 3 verses in 2 minutes and 50 seconds. And then, of course, my number 4, it could have been my number 1, but I mean, him and Pac were together, and they both called each other their favorite rapper, Scarface, man. Shout out to Houston, where I was born.
2 Scarfaces in a row?
Man, listen, man, Face was another one of those people who understood, hey, man, I got this big platform as a rapper, so am I just going to rap and get paid and talk about my cars and my clothes and my trips, houses, or am I going to try to do things that's going to cultivate and benefit, the community I live in and in society as a whole? And then last but certainly not least, man, this is my boy. I'm originally from Houston, but I grew up in Madisonville, Texas. Shout out to the Ville, man, the MV. My boy Roxy, man. I got a partner by the name of Rocky Carter. Let me tell you something, man. This brother right here, he's been doing music for a while. He's got a lot of underground stuff. But man, when you talk about pizzazz, when you talk about artistry, when you talk about, just diversity, man, and what he does with his lyrics and his rhyme, y'all watch out for Rocky Carter, man. I'm telling you, he's got a few albums out. He's done some music with Lil Kiki. He's done some with Big Pokey, Mike D, entire Screwed Up Cliques, different artists, local artists. And so that's my top 5 right there.
Give us some of your favorite sports teams.
Favorite sports teams? Well, of course, growing up in that area, growing up in Madisonville, but even though I was, born in Houston, you still had to pick, right? And so you being right there in the middle of Houston and Dallas, because you got 94 miles south and 122 miles up here, you still had to pick. So there was always the Houston-Dallas rivalry, man. My favorite football team has always been the Oilers, a la the Texans, since the early 2000s. We're really more of a developmental league team right now. I don't know what you would call us, but when you a diehard, you a diehard, man. I'm not a front runner. I don't jump ship just because. However, I did donate all my gear, and I'm gonna buy some new gear. When they decide they want to be an NFL team again. But the Texans, my football squad. The Rockets, of course, basketball. Man, just name a couple. And of course, the Stros for baseball, man. I like to put that Stros hat up in the wind, especially when I'm passing through. When I'm passing through the baseball over there in Arlington. Shout out to my partners in Arlington. I like to put that hat up there just so they remember. We got y'all. Y'all up next up.
Kevin, I didn't realize how brutal it was to be a basketball and a football fan living in the state of Houston. I mean, the city of Houston. Right? Goodness, man.
But B. Jones, he kind of threw me off with the whole Stros, and I'm rolling through.
Stroh's been winning. Stroh's been winning, though.
We don't want to talk about them right now, B. Jones, because there's a way that they like to win. All right, so who is your favorite?
I had to tell the truth.
Hey, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, Kevin. I keep trying to tell y'all that, man. Ain't nobody mad at Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. I ain't mad at the Stros, man. Do your thing.
Yeah, that's another show. That's another show.
That's another show, but Houston was just out there with theirs. All right, so who's your favorite superhero and why?
Man, I was always a Batman guy, and the reason why, man, is because to me, Batman could do a mix of what Superman could do. Now, obviously, he couldn't fly in the air as long and all the dynamics, the aerodynamics that came with flying. But Batman, man, could jump in the Batmobile and just roll kind of like a regular dude. But then at the same time, he had the superpower stuff. And I'm big on sound effects and stuff, and loud noise. I'm a coach. So all the bing, pow, all that stuff. I just thought that was always dope, man, the way they did that when they produced it. Because man, can you imagine, man, if Batman, I don't know if he got an IG, man, but if Batman had an IG, and especially like in those days, with all the different things they had going on with the Joker and all that, come on, man.
What if Bruce Wayne? Whose IG would have been more popular, Batman's or Bruce Wayne? Because Bruce probably would have had them Instagram models following him, man. I mean, I'm just
of course. See, when that's the thing, man. You know, Bruce was the man, man.
Bruce was that dude.
That whole combination of Bruce, and then once he became Batman, it just sold it up, man. Like I say, shout out to Superman and Clark Kent and everything they did, because that was huge. But something about Batman. Batman seemed to be a little bit more practical.
Ain't nobody following Clark Kent. Yeah. Nobody.
Well, you know what? Y'all keep saying Clark Kent, but for this one, we're going Jace Fox, the black Batman, and we got Calvin Ellis, the black Superman. So
nice. Yes, sir.
With that said, Coach, since every good superhero needs their own theme music, Jace Fox, what would your theme song be?
The song that I've been playing a lot lately has been that Freeway. Even though what we do is wrong. The beat, man, I don't know if I the beat, and with that beat, man, you can rock and you can just that beat to me, man. Like I can listen to that before I get ready to coach a game, and I can just get hyped. If I'm whatever I'm in my feelings about before the game, man. If I listen to that, my mood gonna change automatically, man. That Freeway, man. Shout out to Freeway and the Rockefeller crew. The boys on the East Coast, man. Yeah, that would be a good theme song, I think, man, because it's gonna get you rocking, it's gonna get you moving, and especially the lyrics. So
yeah, because right now you got that song stuck in my head. So, on behalf of the SLT Nation, Coach, we want to welcome you to our family. So, B. Jones, take it away.
Coach, man, dog, I'm probably gonna watch this show myself just as a fan, dog. You are super dope. I love the way you break things down. I've never had anybody just break down literally every single person they put in their top 5, man. But you that guy, man. So welcome to the family first and foremost. But let's back this thing up, man, because you started off at Houston. Tell us a little bit about your playing days. Let's tell them this ain't just the silver streaks was earned. You know what I'm saying? You went out there. You got it the hard way, Coach.
Look, who you telling? Listen, so obviously hindsight being 2020 now, but when I look at, man, my playing days, like say graduated high school in '94, Madisonville High School. Shout out to the Ville,
all district.
It's, blessed to make all district. And here's the thing, man, our team was so loaded. I kid you not. My high school coach told me, because see, during my era, man, I was kind of what you would consider to be that almost poster boy of a kid from the inner city, right? I had my friends who played sports, and I had my friends who was in the hood, and they were in the streets. And so I always had to make sure that I navigated that. Just growing up, with a single parent, I had to navigate that correctly. But my high school coach, he was real with me. He said, James, if you didn't have all these off-court things going on, and I wasn't, doing off-court things that, would get me put in jail, but I was right there with some of those guys. And so that was my testimony. Basketball was really what saved me from that. But my coach told me, he said, man, you would have been first team if you wouldn't have all these off-court issues. He said, because, if I elect you first team, then, I got people calling me and doing all kinds of stuff. And I understood even then what my coach meant, you know what I'm saying? Because he wanted me to understand the character, representation, all of those things, being a representative of the program, the district that we were in, all of that was huge, was a big part of it. And so I didn't feel snubbed that I made second team, because I'm like, dude, everybody that I played, we had 7 dudes on our team. One went to the NFL, one played overseas, and then played here in UNT. One Division I, another one Division I football, another one Division I football, another one went to the Navy. We had some heavy hitters on that squad that ain't nobody ever heard about, but that's a testament to Texas also. Like we were saying, man, we got so much high school sports and youth sports here, man. It's bananas. It's just ridiculous, man. So that was part of my journey from high school. And then for college, I started out at Texas Southern, tried out, as a walk-on, didn't make that cut. Transferred a little bit around, made my way across the street to U of H. Now, this was a special time when I transferred there, because not a lot of people know, in the spring of 2000, Clyde Drexler accepted the head coaching job at the University of Houston. Now, not a lot of people know about it, because that was before social media really took off and all those things, what have you. Clyde resigned from that position before the season would even start, because Clyde had other stuff going on. Clyde was an NBA guy. in my opinion, I think some people wanted him to do it, but I think that because he was already tied into the NBA and a lot of the things he had going on, his family, what have you, I think that he needed to dedicate more time to that, because the college coaches will tell you, man, look, dude, it's a nonstop grind. I mean, you talk about 7-day-a-week grind. Those guys are nonstop. And so when I got there in 2000 in the fall, me, my roommate, we trained for a few months. We got ready. It was me, my roommate, and about 60 other guys. And so we all tried out. They called 3 of us up after those 60 guys. Me, my roommate, and another kid who was about 6'6". I'm 6'4". He was a preferred walk-on. So we would have been the 2 that would have been just the regular walk-on. So, when you're a regular walk-on, you bring your own health insurance. You sign the waiver. You do all those things. And so made the walk-on squad. But in my mind, and me and my friend, we were like, by this time we were like 23. We were like, hey man, our window is closing. So if we're gonna keep playing, we got to go, let's see what's up with the semi-pro team we heard about. So we go try out for the semi-pro team. A buddy of ours that we knew from college, shout out to Cyril White, man, to God be the glory basketball. So we went and tried out for To God Be the Glory basketball. The name of the team was Quest at the time. True story. This was the team that George Floyd played on, but it was an AAU team at the time. 2 years later, when George Floyd would come back and play against us, which he would torch us because he was a superior athlete, blessed up to George Floyd and his family. When he would come back and play against us, we were now a semi-pro team. So we would play against Division 1s, we would play against D2s, D3s, NAIAs, JUCOs. It was basically, when you're a semi-pro organization, you contract with universities and colleges to play games. And so that's a part of your schedule. And so we would do that, man. And, those of us who made the travel squad, which went overseas, went to China and played in the big tournament. And we had some guys from our team that got signed to do that as well. So I did that for about a year and a half, man. And then after that, my son came. And so then it got real, because then it was like, okay, I can either try to train for 3 or 4 months, try to see if I can go play overseas, make a little money, or I got a year and a half left at Texas Southern, get my degree, get me a real job, right? Because diapers don't, what did DMX tell Nas on Belly? Shorty can't eat no books, dog. and so it's like, look, my shorty couldn't eat basketball, right? My shorty needed, diapers and clothes, and, the little baby J's and all that good stuff. So I finished up at Texas Southern. Moved up here to Dallas, 04 to 06 I was here. Then I moved back home to Houston for a stint. And then went to Phoenix for 8 years. We'll probably get to that in a little bit. Did a little bit of traveling, man, as my bio denotes. But yeah, man, that was the end of basketball as a player. Little did I know, man, when I went to graduate school at Prairie View A&M to get my master's degree in education administration to be a principal, I wanted to be an athletic director. Little did I know that I was going to coach. And man, this coaching thing is so addictive, as you can see, man. I'm 18 years going into year 19.
18 years.
I can't stop, man. It's just the relationships that you build through basketball, through kids, through their parents, through sports in general. But I'm speaking specifically to basketball, but other coaches could attest to this as well. You can't really put a price on that. I mean, as an administrator, I'd be making double what I'm making right now, but I'd also have triple the emails, triple the headaches. So I think when you weigh the pros and cons, man, the relationships and everything that you get from being connected to a sport that done so much for you as a youth, especially for me, it's no answer, man. I'm doing what I'm called to do, man, coaching. So.
Man, that's super fire. So when we started this platform out, Kevin, I gotta give him credit, because he wanted to be more than just telling the stories of up and rising stars. This platform is for people like you, Coach. And then when I look at kind of your backstory, you got the HBCU theme, you got the, you're a black coach in America, you impacting these kids on the front line. I just kudos to you. Shout out to you, because you've been doing it for a super, super, super long time. But so let's let's talk a little bit about the difference in between the Dallas and the Houston scene, because you kind of threw it out there how talented it is, and you up there in Denton, and I'm just like, I'm from Louisiana, coach, and I Louisiana put dogs out, baby. Oh, we put dogs out in every sport. Alex Bregman, he a stroke, since you want to talk about, we put talent out in every sport, but bruh, when I first went out to Allen and some of these stadiums out here and saw with football, and then you go to these gyms, dog, it is absolutely insane, man. How competitive do you think the Dallas prep scene really is?
Man, listen, let me tell you something, man. When so I remember, I'll just give you just a snippet of it. So if you remember in the class of 2014 basketball-wise, I'm speaking high school basketball now, I'm speaking to the men's side. Okay. I coach on the women's side primarily, but I'm going to speak to the men's side just for a second. This is the side that people know more because of, obviously, the NCAA tournament, the big universities, and all the money in the sport and the men's basketball. So in that class of 2014, man, my cousin Joe Burton was part of that class. He was a kid that was in ESPN Top 60, but a lot of people still don't know who he is. But let me tell you who he played with. Justice Winslow went to Duke, won national championship at Duke, one and done. Justin Jackson, as you know, just won a few years ago with the University of North Carolina. Kelly Oubre, shout out to Louisiana. He was a Houston. He was a transplant from Louisiana, but to Houston. My cousin won an AAU national championship playing with Houston Select with those guys. So that's where Houston was. Just a snippet as far as. But let me tell you something. That's about the only year I can really, really brag on in the past 15, 20 years. Bro, when I tell you, man, whether you're talking about Julius Randle, whether you're talking about Tyrese Maxey, whether you're talking about the kid that just, my boy Jalen from Denton that just helped Kansas win a national championship. Whether you, the list goes on, man. How much time we got? We don't. There's so much talent here. Oh my God, man, men's and women's side. I mean, I was blessed to, as I said in my bio, be able to coach Lauren Hurd.
I was also about to say
that. Denton Giles, TCU. Look, let me tell you something, man. TCU basketball as a whole belongs to Lauren Hurd. Look her up if you ain't never heard of her, man. She ain't no joke. And whether it's her, whether it's, again, I was blessed to coach. I say blessed to coach because as a coach, you get to be around these kids who have good families and they understand the grind and they're already at that level. So you're just blessed to be in the building because I don't care what X's and O's, what coaching school you go to, whatever. If you don't have good to great to elite level players, you're not going to look like you know what you're doing as a coach. So any success that I've had, I give God the glory for it. And then, of course, the players and the people I've been connected to, man. I mean, Sarah Andrews, Hannah Gusters, those McDonald's All-American kids like that. You get blessed to be around those kids, man. You don't just, you're not just the person and then they come to you. You get blessed to go where they are, man. And so, but all those kids I just mentioned, just in that stretch, that's within the last few years here in the Metroplex, bro. So again, the DFW Metroplex, man, look, when I was on the West Coast, I was in Phoenix and I did a lot of stuff in Cali and LA and networking with those guys, Bay Area. Shout out to the Oakland Soldiers. Shout out to all the West Coast people. When I was out there, man, I was always bragging. Just, hey, man, I'll be like, hey, man, listen, let me tell you something. I know y'all got some athletes, but y'all ain't got nothing on Texas. And we go back and forth. And it was so much love. Me and the coaches and we would always go back and forth. And I'd always be able to one-up them. I'm like, dude, I said, the reason why, in my opinion, we have so many athletes is because there's only really 2 beaches in Texas that you want to go to. I say in the West Coast, y'all boys can go chill on the beach at any time. We didn't really go to the beach growing up. I say we would go to the weight room. Yep. We would go out in the field and race each other, playing football in the street, hooping. We did all these things growing up more so than being able to go to a beautiful beach. I say y'all afforded those opportunities, man. I say, and that's the blessing of being on the West Coast. I say, but our kids have a tendency on the youth side to develop faster, in my opinion, just because of nonstop playing sports.
Yeah.
And of course, obviously, if you go into the beach, man, you can work out in the sand and you can surf and you can do all. You can
it's
play
fun,
volleyball.
but it ain't the
You can do
same.
all those things that you can train well, also, because with cross training and what have you, and with beach sports. But when they talk about basketball and football,
it's here.
It's here, man.
It's here.
I mean, our kids just do such an exceptional job. And like I say, we just speaking on Houston and Dallas, but don't get me started talking about the country towns, East Texas, West Texas,
man,
in between.
Look,
I got family in Bryan, College Station, all around in there, man. Crockett, Texas, East Texas. Come on, man. Again, how much time you got, bro?
It's your world.
Yeah. And we didn't even mention Cade Cunningham.
Again,
what's our guy that went? Oh man, he played at SMU. Man, I'm kicking myself in the butt. He was so cold. He was like a top 10 player in the league. I mean, in high school at one point in time. Played out there in Denver. Oh man, I cannot believe I can't remember that name.
You're not talking about old school, are you?
Nah, he new school, man. This dude came out about 5-6 years ago. He didn't make it in the NBA, but he was cold, man. God, dog, I can't believe I can't think of his name right now. But look.
Go ahead, boss.
No, so 18 years, right? 3 years, 4 years, that's kind of an accident. 18 years is proven. You're a proven commodity. You ain't going nowhere in this coaching circuit, man. What's been the driving force through your career? Like, what's keeping you going, man? I know you mentioned it's so addictive. What's so addictive about this?
You know what, man? I'll say, the blessing in getting to do what I get to do, man, is, when and with any, career, when you're called to do something, it's one thing, like you said, 3 or 4 years, you still kind of, you got your, as we say in coaching, we say, hey, y'all haven't jumped all the way in yet. Y'all haven't jumped in with your clothes off yet. You still putting your big toe in to see if the water too cold. You haven't jumped in all the way in the water yet. Once you get to a certain level, man, of any career, and you called to do it, then the piece that you have, man, whether you got wins or losses, can be superseded, and they can be trumped by a text message from a kid, email, look, a kid want a letter of recommendation. All those things help you understand your why. People always talk about whether it's corporate America or whatever the field you're in, what's your why? It's the kids, man. I mean, whenever I look at them, I can look in the mirror and remember, like I talked to you about my high school coach, how intentional he was. Shout out to Coach Johnny Carter, man. Get his book if you get a chance. The first season, awesome book. He would pick me up in the summertime, let me work, make some money. Look, coming from a single parent household, that's how I paid for those school clothes. You know what I'm saying? Doing that stuff. Of course, mowing yards and what have you. When you can, the things that I get a chance to do with these kids, man, and helping them be blessed to go on to the next level, helping them be blessed to make their high school team, get minutes, and then possibly go on to the next level, get scholarship, get part or not all of school paid for. There's nothing more gratifying than that, man. So trust me, there have been some years where I was like, I'd be talking to my wife in all season. I'd be like, baby, maybe this year I need to just kind of chill out, focus on the family more and all that. And she loved me to death, but she also knows that I'm a coach to heart. So if I'm not coaching, I won't be sitting around the house thinking about coaching, doing other stuff, pacing like I'm on the sideline. So she's like, no, you know what, honey, just go to the gym. You need to be coaching. So that's the benefit you get also in being a coach and being married, man. You need a helpmate on those times when they're writing good about you in the paper. And of course, you need in them times where they're writing bad about you. Because, you have to be, sustainability is key in any career, but especially in coaching, because it can be a high stress job, man. And so, again, the kids, man. That's what keeps me going to year 18, on into 19, 20, and hopefully 44.
Hey, well, I tell you what, this is a layup for you. This is my last question. Coach, first, before I ask you this last question, we got to get you back because we ain't even talking about so much, man. You got some AAU experience. It's so much that I wanted to go into, but we running a little bit long here. But Coach, the last question I got for you is the reason I'm sending my kid to coach for you is because even on this platform, you have put it out there bold and in front that you are a man of faith. You put your family, you put your faith out there in front of you. Like, yes, sir. When you think about when you start dropping years like 94, right? You came out of high school in 90. You and I both know that it was a different type of game in 94. It was a different type of coach. It was different types of teachers. Like we had to hear it raw and we got it raw. And it wasn't no, hey, I don't, I'm mental health struggling. I'm not de-appreciating what mental health is because it's important. As a black man, I think we should have done more to it, but you've had to like use faith as your pedestal. Right, that's been the one thing that's been a conduit in consistent in your career, man. So tell us a little bit about why you put it out front, like why even your IG page, Faith Coach 929. You not hiding no hand. You ain't throwing stones and hiding hands. You let them know, hey, this is who I am. This is how I coach. If you send your kid to me, this is the kind of man that you send your kid to play for. Tell us a little bit about that, Coach.
You know what, man? I can share this with you, my brothers. When, like I said to you, when I played semi-pro for a Christian-based organization, I think that was really when I understood, hey, man, this basketball gift that you have is not just about who you were as a player, who you are as a player. I say now you got to take, I feel like God was just talking straight to me, man, one day. So now what are you going to do with this opportunity I've given you? Are you going to just, use it just to play and just to, and play until you get something happens to you and then you can't play no more? Or are you going to take it no matter how things happen on the court and use it so I can get glory? And so, like I said, to God be the glory basketball, man, that's what really helped me to understand, hey, man, wait a minute. I can be an athlete, but I can still profess my faith. I should have realized that earlier, but the reason why I didn't realize is because I didn't understand the gravity that sports have in this country and, of course, in the world. I didn't understand the gravity of it because, again, I thought it was just all about me and being a hooper. I thought that's what it was all about. Little did I know, man, that God was going to take the sport of basketball, track and field. I also coach track, and use that so that when the opportunity presents itself, because as Christians, you should always be looking for an opportunity to plant a seed. It ain't got to be a sermon. It could be a 2 or 3 words. Hey, God bless you, brother. Have a good day. You done. You planted the seed right there. That's something that small. People know that you are peculiar. You're different, right? When you do something like that, they know. Wait a minute, man. What did you just say? And when you say that, that's your moment. You know what I'm saying? And that's your moment to be able to testify, man. So for me, look, and I'm gonna even take it a step further. Because while I was in graduate school, we took a public school law class. So you learn, hey, the separation of church and state. How you can use your Christianity. I'm just speaking to Christianity. I can't speak to any other religion. How you can use your faith and your Christianity to influence, but when you can do it. So by law, we're only supposed to profess the faith. So by law, we're if we're gonna talk about Jesus Christ or the Bible, it has to be in the form of a lesson, right? Basically, like a history lesson, the story of like the era and the time period when Jesus was here and the BC era, quote unquote. Let me tell you what I do, man. If the Holy Spirit hit me, yeah, I'm saying this live, and this is a lot of people gonna see it, but I can't be ashamed of the faith. If the moment hits me, okay, at any time of the day, when I feel like the Holy Spirit is telling me to share something, okay, about the gospel of Jesus Christ with a kid, I gotta do it. You know why? This is gonna make some people laugh, but it's gonna make some people uncomfortable. That's okay too. I was looking for a job when I found this one. Hey. And so, and what I mean by that is, and that's not being a person who is saying they can't be obedient to a boss. But what I'm saying is, I really only got one boss, man, and that's the Lord Jesus Christ. That's the Father, that's the Holy Spirit, who are all one, the Trinity. So I have to make sure as a believer that I have to pick and choose those moments, appropriately for me to minister to the youth. I think that if we had more people who were willing to put that good out there, and we got, a lot of Christians who choose not to ever talk to the young. Oh, I don't fool with young people, blah, 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 blah. What I tell people is, where you would be surprised, the young people are doing 98% good, but only the 2% make the news. I say, I love young people. I say, young people or I get paid. Okay. This is how I take care of my kids and my wife, working with young people. So, that's why I do it, man. I know that was a long answer. I'm a teacher.
Nah, it was an important
I got
answer.
to explain the answer. I can't just give you a quick one, because then if you don't get it, it's on me, right? Because I was supposed to have taught it and explained it correctly. But that's really it, man. That's what I'm charged with as a believer, man. I have to do it, whether it feels good or don't feel good, brother.
Man, it was an important answer. And, I think that's a battle that a lot of coaches, right? They struggle with that. They struggle with how to influence and how to use their faith as a tool, as a resource to help them to push through and help mentor these kids. Well, Kevin, I'm so sorry, KT. I talk too much, man, because Coach is just a dope dude, man. And I had so many questions and I ain't even touch it all. It's that time, though. I'm sorry, Kevin. Did you have any questions you want to ask him, KT, or?
B. Jones, just past apologies. Let's go to championship rounds, man. We good, brother.
Well, I ain't going to apologize for this. Coach Nervis, welcome to the championship rounds. This is a part of the show where Kevin and I, we get aggressive. We touch on each other a little bit. We in the post right now. We compete. Now you are officially calling all the shots. Have you ever played a game called Would You Rather? Yeah, take another drink. Take another sip, Kevin. You're going to need it.
Oh, well, you just keep going.
I'm going to need another sip for this one. Yes, sir, I have.
All right, so the rules are very simple. Sports Life Talk Nation, both hosts will present an option. Whichever option makes more sense to Coach Nervis, he'll select that. That host will gain a point. The first host to get 2 points, or the best out of 3 will win this episode's game of championship rounds. And Kevin, you won the last few, so I'm going to turn it over to you, sir. I'll let you go first.
All right, Coach. Would you rather coach a player that went to the WNBA and during their Hall of Fame speech, they credit you for their success, or
would you rather coach a player that becomes a coach, wins rings, and say that, hey, I follow my coaching blueprint based off of what Coach James Nervis taught me?
Ooh, man, that's a tough one, man. It ain't no choice. See, you know what? I'm gonna go with the player. The reason why I say the player in WNBA, it's a little bit twofold. One, because and the coaches, obviously, we have a lot of gravity, and as far as the pool and our levels of success, and we can get a lot of people in and bought into what we're saying. But the players, man, like the players are able to, what they're able to do because of the level that they're playing on and because of the number of youth watching them. The players, I think, have the better gravitational pull to the youth, man. One of the things I do in my practices is I bring in my former players to talk to and mentor and to scrimmage against my current players, just so that my current players can see the standard. You know what I'm saying? So in that situation, it's not even about me. It's about, hey, these things that I've been sharing with you, talk to him about it or talk to her about it, and they can do. So I just think that the influence of the player is just so huge.
That makes sense.
And because we need that influence, the influence to be as big as it can be with the youth, the player.
Okay. All right. Round number 2, Kev.
All right. So with this question, Coach, they both come with scholarships. So let's put that out there now, B. Jones. They both come with scholarships. All right. Yes, so sir. Would you rather,
if y'all want to know the theatrics,
go watch the show. Go watch Miller.
Yeah, it's a little controversy behind that.
It ain't no controversy. He's hating. All right. So would you rather have a shoe made by Nike, named after you, and the proceeds go to a scholarship in your name, or the Fellowship Christian Athlete James Nervis Award, named after you, which is instilled to another coach that comes from an HBCU pedigree that's out there doing big things right now? It's like a legacy type trophy. And both
that's an easy one. That's an easy one, FCA, man.
All right, well, round number 3, KT. Here we go, Coach. For all of the marbles, would you rather host a YouTube basketball pickup series in which you get to interview professional players around the country in the gyms in which they grew up in. Or
host your own cooking show where you interview athletes at their favorite place to eat in their hometowns.
Ooh, what man? You hit, boy. You talk, man. You went for the jugular, man. My head hurt. That was a.
Now, Coach, you know what we talking about off air. We saw B. Jones turn up some French fries, so don't let me go.
You ain't supposed to tell America that I was eating fries backstage before the show, man. That's cold blooded. Nah, but Coach, now remember now, you play these NBA, WNBA. These are origin stories. You get the opportunity to see these people in a very authentic and intimate way, 1-on-1 in the gym that they came up in.
Yeah, but you got to eat too.
And tell you hit it hard because you put in basketball and food, and we was just talking about Timmy Chan's off Martin Luther King Boulevard, man, South Park, Houston.
We coming.
You know what? I'd have to go with A, man, just because one of the things I love about coaching and I love about sports is there are so many of us involved in sports who really understand what giving back is, right? It's one thing to donate a bunch of money and you want to be anonymous. That's cool. There are moments where you need to be anonymous, but then there are also moments where you need to be seen. And I think that when the athletes go back, man, to their old neighborhoods and the kids can come there and ask questions and just see, hey, man, somebody that walked these same streets, caught the same train or bus or walk, somebody right here from your neighborhood did it, so you can do something big too. It may not be the same thing, but you can do something big too and be successful and then come back and help your neighborhood. I think that is one of the bigger blessings that we have with sports having such a big platform in America and in the world, man, that we get to go back and give back and show our face. Again, I have no problem with people who like to give anonymously and don't like to necessarily, let it be known. But I just think that there are times when appropriate where those people should go back into their neighborhood, man, and let the people see them, let the people touch them.
So you want to play against Kevin Durant in his old gym? Am I getting that correct?
Yeah, he said first option. That was yours.
So you know what that means, right, Coach?
What that mean?
Yeah! That's right, baby. We got a new heavyweight champion of the world. I took it back from him, Coach.
Yeah, you did. You know what this really means, B. Jones? I'm going to Frenchie's. I ain't going to the spot, Coach.
Timmy Chans, I'm coming.
I'll show him.
Timmy Chans.
Listen, hey, listen. And you know what, man? You the head coach. We both assistant coaches. Hey, listen, we got you. We don't mind serving you. Look, you sit down. We'll go get your order. Look, shout out to Frenchie's, man, and the big things they've been doing over the years. But let me tell you something. Frenchie's done been to Timmy Chan's before.
Hey, Frenchie's eat Timmy Chan. He a regular.
Frenchie know what time it is. And let me tell you something. If Frenchie's don't go to the one off MLK, in particular, then Frenchie know the difference between that one and his too. So
Timmy Chan, that was a free meal. Look, we do it for.
Well, hey, man, look, let me tell you something, man. Those two, if you like chicken and rice, you're not gonna go wrong with either one of those spots. And then, of course, we're going Frenchie's, man. They got the dirty rice, and let me tell you something. They dirty rice make Popeyes seem like clean rice. I love Popeyes too, but if you know true authentic dirty rice, like I know you do, my man, from the boot, and I got family from Louisiana that only make it authentic, but you know what it is.
Yeah, all right, Coach. We're going to get y'all up out of here. The title of the show is Sports Life Talks. You got next. Coach, we heard about where you came from. We know why you do it, but what does the future hold for you, Coach Nervis?
Ooh, man. Well, look, the goal, man, I think I have another 5 to 10 years left in the classroom in education. And then once from there, man, I want to open up my own gym. Multi-court facility where we have indoor football, indoor volleyball, and of course basketball, and be able to do that full time, man, and be able to service the community through that. connect with some of these churches, man, and be able to go out in the community and do some partnerships with them. Keep the word of the Lord going through the gifts that He's given me, man.
All right, Coach. So you got any shout outs you want to give?
Man, look, so many, man. Hey, man, listen, shout out to my wife first, man, not only for being an awesome helpmate, man. Look, man, my wife got me set up with the headphones and the the Big Mac computer right here. Bro, listen, I was just going to do it from my phone real quick, man. I was going to do it straight hood style from my phone and just hey, can y'all see me?
She hooked you up, you sound great.
Look, man, thank you, man. That's thanks to my wife. She's the techie of the family. I'm the mouth of the family. She's the techie of the family, man. Shout out to her and all she does to help me going and what we do with our kids and with youth sports. She's on the track and field side. Shout out to Dallas Elite Track Club. That's a great group of brothers there. My daughter runs with them, and they do so much good community stuff, pouring our kids through track and field. Shout out to Denton High School, man. My girl, Coach Thomas. Y'all gonna love Coach Thomas, man. She is straight up real. Y'all gonna love her. And then, of course, shout out to my church, man. Oak Cliff Bible Fellowship. A lot of great word coming through there. A lot of great ministry in the community, in the Oak Cliff community, in Dallas, in Texas, and around our country and around the globe, man. So that's what's up, brother.
All right, so this is a part of the show where you get a chance to call out the person that you think should have next. Tell them, hey, I got a chance to rock with B. Jones and KT. I told them my story, and I want you to do the same thing. With that said, Coach, who are you giving your game ball to?
Hey, game ball to you, Coach Thomas. You up next. Coach Thomas, head women's basketball coach at Denton High School. You next, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, come on, Ken folk. I'm pretty sure we're related some kind of way. So
hey, I'm about to say, we already got one Thomas. We can't be no better than getting two, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. Hey, you look here, head coach Thomas, man. Listen, after you finish up at Frenchie's, man, let your food settle in for a day, and let your taste buds get back, your juices get going, and bend on around the corner, man, to South Park on MLK and Timmy Chance. Trust me, brother, you gonna taste the difference, and you gonna thank me for it, bro, in advance. You're welcome in advance, bro.
Okay, you know what, Coach? I go to your spot. I'm out of my feelings right now. Okay, let's go.
Hey, Coach Thomas, you are on the clock. We're gonna be reaching out to you as we get you on the show. We can tell your story, but Coach Nervis, oh my god, dude, you that guy, Kevin. I really want to just hang out with Coach Nervis. Coach, I just want to go sit on the. I want to sit at the AAU tournament.
Have with Coach Nervis.
Yeah, I just want to grab a plate of some chicken and rice and just sit there kicking. We go watch a game or something and just chop it up, Coach, because you're cooler than and we ain't even talk about your family. Y'all be back. Coach Nervis has got to come back so we can talk about his family, some of these big things he's doing. But Coach Nervis, you're amazing. You're talented. I love your passion. I love your insight. I love your spirituality and your faith, how you infuse it. Coach Nervis, you got next. Sports Life Talk Nation. I feel a lot better after that. You know what I'm saying? We went to church today. It's okay. It's okay. Come receive them. Come receive them. But hey,
give it up, baby.
But we need your love. We need your support. And somebody out there needs to hear this story. So we holding you personally accountable. It's on you now. It's on you. It's out there. We put it in the hemisphere. And now we just need you to take somebody out there and you say, hey, y'all go check out this episode of these boys out of Dallas, Sports Life Talk Nation, hear what they talking about, because they got some dope guests. And we got dope family members like you. So don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to like and leave us some comments. Tell us what you think about the show. Tell us what you think about the flow, whatever. It don't matter. Talk some trash for Houston. Tell us how Houston basketball is better. I don't care. And just for those who are out there wondering, 𝐸𝐴𝐸𝐸 is the name that I was looking for. I thought about it right out there. It was 𝐸𝐸𝐸 went to SMU, played at Denver, and I could not think of his name live. But hey, we got it in there. But
still a dog. 𝐸𝐸𝐸 is still a dog. Shout out to Moutier and his crew, man. He's still a dog.
Yep. So check this out. Don't go to our IG page at Sports Life Talk. We're giving away some free t-shirts right now. I think it might be coming out of my show check. But hey, listen. Hey, tag 5 friends in. Brother. Give back. Yeah, tag 5 friends in. Leave us your shirt size, your address. We're gonna send you over an SLT shirt. Customize whatever color you want. We're gonna show you some type of love. 2022 has been good to us, so we want to make sure we keep showing that love. So go to our IG page, tag in those 5 friends, get you a free Sports Life Talk t-shirt, and come join us Wednesday nights. Kevin and I go live. We talk trash. We talk sports. We talk social media. We talk Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. It don't matter. We touch them all, right? We're gonna talk about Meg Thee Stallion this weekend, fellas.
So yeah, nobody's safe.
So y'all need to come hang out with us Wednesday nights, 8:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. We stream live on YouTube and Twitter. Kevin, I don't know. What am I missing, man? I did a lot of talking.
Yeah, yes, you did. No, B. Joe, you did a great job once again.
Thank you.
I don't give you enough props, but hey, thank you guys for watching this show. And Coach Nervis, thank you so much for blessing us today. We got a new member in the family, and whatever you need from us, if it's money, B. Jones got you. If it's water, I guess I can get you some water. But thank you so much for rocking with us, Coach.
Copy that. Hey, bless up, fellas. I'm humbled, I'm honored, man. Keep doing what y'all doing, man. I love it, brother.
Coach, I got to fix one more thing though, because I gotta leave you with this one. You ready, Coach?
Yes, sir.
No weapon formed against me.
Oh, come on.
That's Fred Hammond. I said Marvin Sapp earlier. Yeah. I was like, what song am I thinking of from Fred Hammond? It's that No Weapon. There we go. All right, check this out. Sports Life Talk Nation. We love y'all. Y'all stay safe. Be blessed. Respect each other and love one another because together we are better. Keep dreaming big because you never know. Your story may be the next one featured on Sports Life Talks. You got next. Yeet.
Peace.
See what's crazy is I knew you had next because you always working, you always grinding, you're in your bag because you're always working. Like in due time, I knew you got next. Oh, you did it, huh? Crack the code. You got next, you smashing goals. You want next, you need exposure. Well, Sports Life Talk got the baddest show, like the baddest in the room. Podcast to tune into just for you to talk your shit, talk your mushroom. You are what you eat and you should consume. Sports Life Talk from the late night to the afternoon, then rest repeat. Hit the like, leave a comment, or subscribe so you don't miss a beat. You got next, it's a small taste of a winning meal from a chef type of celebrity. What's up next is you, at least you better be. Yeah, you got next, yeah. I can feel it, you're a winner just like me. You got next, and what comes next? Tune in next time and you'll see. Cause if you got next, yeah, if you got next, then you're just like me. If you got next, yeah, if you got next, then you know where to be. I'm talking Sports Life, talking this. Yeah. Sports Life, talking this.